trying all new things. Welcome to Divorce Diaries Show podcast. My name is Michelle Trina, and I am the creator, the host of Divorce Diaries, live from my TikTok too, which I'm not going to do the whole podcast recording for my TikTok, but I'm going to do some of it.
Hold on. Technical difficulties. The microphone's in my crotch.
All right. So the TikTok followers that are watching on my live, the microphone doesn't matter to them, but it matters to my YouTube channel and to my people listening. Back to the podcast recording. Austin, Texas. Oh, okay. Comedy Mothership. So guys, I'm doing a TikTok live right now, as well as recording my podcast. Comedy Mothership. All right, I'll have to look it up. I'm actually trying to get booked in Texas. If you guys are listening, I had the same fucking booker that has told me for a couple of years, oh yeah, your show sounds great. And then he ghosts me. Very frustrating. But this time he sent me dates and then he ghosted me after the dates. I'm getting very frustrated, but it's okay. I had a very good run in Florida. All three of my shows went well. I made it through Alligator Alley, like I said in my last mini episode. I did text somebody I shouldn't have. Not really a former lover, a former potential lover who couldn't be with me because of religious beliefs. And literally, I haven't been able to get over it because there's literally been nobody else in sight. And I say literally like 500 times. And you guys missed the divorce rap, by the way, which I think I am going to do on my podcast, TikTok Live. And if this guy is not, I can't even, there's been a few guys that have walked my way in the last couple of months that could be potential, like, hey, he's cute or whatever. But they don't either one of them I met at a comedy club. He was married. And another one is a colleague friend of mine. And he's, I think, still with his girlfriend, but lying about it. And that's it. Like, I don't know. I'm being in one of these states of mind where I come off of the road a little, you come down from the high and then it's like, okay, I'm definitely PMSing. I'm definitely getting older, and PMS becomes this like weird emotional fuck to your brain and emotions where you're like, damn, I need to go to therapy. And I call my therapist and it's like $300. I'm like, no, can't go to therapy. I'm going to have to just use the tools I learned for the last 20 years and actually apply them. Or just go on my podcast and talk about it. And so like, I'm getting depressed again about the fucking lack of men. And it's not that there aren't men out there. It's just like having to go to Marshall's to find the best outfit. I have to weed through all that shit. And then you spend an hour and a half weeding through it and it was a waste of a fucking trip. But I got to be optimistic and I got to just stop whining about it and do something, right? Like, do something about it. Maybe I have to go on the dating apps. Maybe I have to just go out to a bunch of bars one weekend to see if I meet somebody. I don't really want to do that. I rather work. So I'm going to try to like shut my mouth about it. Oh, the producer, guys. The producer that I talk about, I'm going to put aloe vera on myself while we're talking because I burnt myself in the sun. The producer that my friend messaged, who fucked me over a couple years ago, my friend messaged him and was like, hey, you were a jerk to my friend. He saw the message, but that's it. He didn't answer. That's it. There was nothing there much, but I was appreciative of my friend kind of doing that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm rubbing my chest with aloe vera. So where are we at today? Still looking for an investor for Divorce Diaries season 1. I think that my frustration with men, both in my personal and professional life, is this. I keep running into men that seem interested, but don't want to sign on the dotted line and or just pretending that, hi, Alex, they're interested and they don't have the actual money or they don't want a relationship. I got really excited that this guy that I did like messaged me. Oh, no. So he messaged me good luck on my trip. I got really excited about that because I talked about it before I left last week on my podcast. I was like, I really want to hear from him, even though I'm probably not going to. I was really excited that he wished me good luck because that means he was thinking about me. Oh God, I don't know why I need validation from these idiots, but he's not an idiot, but like And I say idiots because it's like, why do I need validation from men that are not worth my energy and don't deserve my energy? Why do I need that validation? I don't know. I'm working on that. So anyway, he did. So when he messaged me, I did get a little excited, and then um the night of my first show in Punta Gorda, Boca went good, but I had to drive through the night. So and as soon as I got to Punta Gorda, I like passed out. I well, I did the show on Friday, and I talked a little bit about the show, and I talked about a little bit on the last mini episode. But for anyone on the YouTube channel, if you're watching this and you don't know what I'm talking about, Friday night went really good. It was probably the best show I did out in Florida, but the owner of the club was like weird to me the whole night, and I was like, something was off, and he almost like looked annoyed to like see me. So I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like, is it me? Is there something outside of me? And like, I went back, but the show went well. And when I went back to my hotel room, I had a couple glasses of wine. I had like one at that or two at that point, and then I'd say yeah, maybe I had two. Did I have two at that point? And I had some wine. Okay, on Friday night, I was treating myself, and I texted the guy. I texted him a meme. And then he wrote back right away, which I was surprised about, but because I was like, oh, I'm not going to hear from him like till tomorrow morning. But he wrote back right away and said he had been watching my videos, which got me really excited. I was like, oh my God, you're thinking about me. Again, you know, I feel like in the time I known him, every time I get excited that I think he likes me or has feelings for me, he shoots it down with something that just reminds me how, oh, Michelle, like he every time I think he's returning feelings for me or returning a sentiment of like, he shoots it down with like a statement that makes me feel like, bitch, you like me more than I like you, kind of thing. And I'm like, what? You just. And I know that motherfucker liked me or likes me, regardless. I know it. But now that I'm looking at the situation, I think I have only filled his ego up to the point where he is riding high and mighty on me, little old Michelle, still liking him after months and us only seeing each other 3 times in person. 3 times, including the time he came to my fucking show. I'm saying it like this because I'm a little upset because I messaged him. We had a nice conversation. I felt really good, like that he had been thinking about me, obviously, too, because it validates the fact that I'm not alone in how I feel and this connection that we had a long time ago. But then I said, like an idiot, I wish you were here. And then he was like, I hate to say it, he very much clearly did not say he wished he was there. He just skirted around. Now, good. Look, this could mean that he's seeing somebody or talking to somebody, doesn't want to give me a mixed message, which I always take messages and like analyze and reconvene to think that maybe he does like me. So I get it. But if you are admitting to me that you were looking up my videos, that tells me you're thinking about me. That tells me you wanted me to know. And that's great and that's cute and I love that. But then he skirts around, and when I say I wish you were here, he's like, yeah, I know, it's so cute that you feel so strongly of our he was like, this is not verbatim because he doesn't like the fact that I was doing this in the past, reading his text messages on air, but I don't think this motherfucker listens to my podcast anymore anyway. And at the end of the fucking day, if I'm talking about you this much, if I'm talking about you and giving you this much energy, you should feel blessed because your ego is inflated. Let's know that. Your ego is up on a motherfucking cloud. I feel good. I am hot as fuck. Okay, I'm funny. Okay, this jerk off has seen my body naked because I'm an idiot and have sent him nudes. Now, he hasn't seen it fully naked. He hasn't seen the cat. Okay, and the cat is worth it. Okay, but like, I have inflated his ego so much because I had this strong feeling towards him months ago and I wanted to act on it and I wanted to feel dating with him and all this other stuff. And I do think he's an idiot for fucking passing on me. And I also wanted to send a message to him the other day that said that. And my cousin was like, don't you fucking dare send that. And I didn't. I want to be like, you're a fucking jerk off for passing on me. You are a jerk off for passing on me. See, this is the reason why he doesn't want to see me in person, because he knows I'm going to go off, because he can't be with me, because I believe in Jesus. Jesus. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going into a tangent here. But it's coming from hurt. It's coming from hurt and frustration. Anyway, so I was really happy to have shared the feelings with him that I really did wish he was there. And it made me sad when I woke up and read his response, which was, uh, what was his response? I don't think he's gonna. If he listens to this, he's probably gonna get annoyed. But I don't think he's listening to this anymore. And you know what? If you're listening to this, this is you're gonna kick yourself in the butt someday. Yeah, I like to say that to the men that reject me, but I feel like they just don't care. Why do I care though? Why? Why do I care? He wrote, I know it's hard for me, and you're so into the idea of us trying. We legit saw each other twice. By the way, we've seen each other 3 times, and like half a year ago. And like, he had to say that. First of all, it was 4 months the last time I saw him. Second of all, like, why do you have to say that? To remind me that I'm a fucking idiot and I'm pathetic and desperate, that I still have this feeling for you? Like, why did you have to say that? It was almost like you have to mention that to make me feel bad or low about myself, because you have not said in this text message that you still feel for me too. You just said it's so nice that you feel so connected. What about you, asshole? Do you still feel connected? You looking at my motherfucking videos? And then he wrote, I haven't experienced that recently. Excuse me? Why say that? And then I thought he meant like recently, because he's talking to women, which he probably is. This motherfucker has probably been talking to women since day motherfucker one that I've been talking to him. I still don't trust men. Got that. And then I wrote, sorry, I fell asleep. Yes, I'm aware it was a long time ago. I guess I shouldn't have said all that. And then he wrote, I meant in the last few years, I haven't experienced that. I was complimenting the feelings. Fuck you. No, you weren't. Let me tell you something. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I think he's trying to control the situation. Well, no, I don't think he thinks that. He would definitely disagree with that. I think I feed his ego, and I think he wants to keep tapping on my shoulder to make sure I'm still there. He would 110% disagree with that, and say things like this. But you reached out to me on Friday. Motherfucker, I got receipts too. You've been reaching out to me, and I'm thankful that you are, because I still have disappointment in my heart that you wouldn't give it a shot. And everyone in their right mind would be like, why do you want to give this a shot with a guy who's a idiot for passing on you with his own fucked up way of thinking? And I'm going to tell you right now, it is not when you use, to me, very honest with you, if I'm coming to anybody in the world, I have been with men who are Christian. I was with a guy who was it's Arubian. It's not Muslim, but he is from an African tribe. Like, it was pretty cool. Aruba. Okay, it's not. I'm gonna fuck it up. Okay, well, when I have you on, we're gonna talk about what his religion is, because he's like a high priest. He and I still have a friendship. We were romantically linked, and he never used that against me. And this guy would not say they used it against me, but he'd say like, "Oh, I kept telling you that I'm not comfortable." And I get that. I get that this is a lot mostly based on the fact that I'm disappointed in throwing a hissy fit. But the other day, after when I got, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. I apologize. I'm going all over the place. So he wished me good luck in Florida. I was really happy to hear from him. I really just, in the last couple of months since we reconnected after this Facebook picture thing that I blew up about, I've just wanted to meet up with him for coffee and like give him a hug and feel a hug back, because I know I'm not crazy in the connection I feel with him. And I wanted that. It's really rare to find it with somebody. Well, I should say it's very few and far between. So So if you're on my TikTok right now and you want to continue listening to the podcast, I would say you would go and subscribe to my podcast, because we're going to take a quick break and come back to what happened next when I got back from Florida, and why I kind of I'm a little ticked off now, as opposed to Friday night when I was feeling myself and like wanting to wish he was in Florida with me. I know I'm gonna probably really never talk to him again if he does listen to this, but I'm sorry. I was really frustrated with myself, but you know, some of his text messages read as if he just keeps making the point that I feel this way and not him. But I don't agree. I don't believe that. I think that for sure I'm very more wearing my heart on my sleeve and open about like us rekindle, like just connecting again. I even offered just to have a romantic weekend, which was so dumb on my end because I don't want that. But I'm just mad. I totally inflated this guy's ego up again. But Friday night I really wanted to talk with. I was so happy to hear that he was looking at my stuff because I felt like, great, he does have these feelings for me. He is thinking about me. Why do I need this validation? Because he's rejecting me. And it sucks and it hurts and I'm frustrated and I don't want to know anymore because time is passing on and we want to actually, I'm sure he wants to physically and emotionally be with somebody else or somebody, to fulfill those needs that he can't, obviously, that he won't act on with me, that doesn't want with me, which hurts because even from the very beginning, he didn't want them with me, which hurts more. Uh, which is weird because it felt okay. I'm going backwards. The point was he had established it was so long ago that we saw each other. It was kind of like, why do you have to say that? You're clearly thinking about me and being a moron about not seeing me again. Look, I am a very high energy, intense person. If I think you're lying about something, I am going to blow the fuck up. What he's concerned about with pictures on, so first of all, we both blocked each other on Facebook. I don't got any other connection to him on social media, and I'm not even going to bring up unblocking because I don't really want to see I don't want to know what's going on in his world, because he made it clear pretty much from the beginning that our religious beliefs and backgrounds are going to be a barrier in getting to be in an intimate relationship. And then and we have intimate chemistry. We have strong chemistry. So friendship doesn't exist in that. Friendship is not a good road when you have chemistry with somebody. I believe that. I think somebody gets hurt. And when Saturday, I woke up and, we had like a few messages because I had fallen asleep and didn't respond to him. And then Sunday, he told me to have a good show. And then Sunday I got home. And in the evening, he texted me, how are the rest of my shows? So I was again, like, he's checking in on me, which again makes me feel good inside. But at the end of the day, this is going nowhere except a virtual friendship. And I don't know. Again, like his text messages dip in and out sometimes with his response. And I had asked a question about, like, I don't understand what that meant. I'm going to bed. He explained it. I go to bed. I wake up with a terrible nightmare like an hour later, and I can't. And I've had these bad dreams where I get anxiety to the point where I can't. I'm scared. Like if someone's outside, scared. So I was like, let me distract myself. I'll text. I'll text. Him, and because if my mind gets off of the scared feeling and focuses on, is he going to text me back? That gets me out of that anxiety feeling. When I tell you, I texted him 3 text messages, I think, and a voice message, and he didn't answer till the next morning, like later in the morning. And his answer was like, not, what did I write? I said, it was just like ignoring the fact that he didn't even say, sorry, I didn't answer you right away, or sorry, he was just like, wow, that's intense. Did you get back to sleep? Like, he didn't answer anything I had addressed in the voice recording, which was like, by the way, you said 6 months. It was 4 months. Like, I was like, I'm really scared right now. I shouldn't be texting you, but I just can't get to sleep. I feel like someone's outside. He didn't address any of it. All he said was, wow, that's intense. What time did you get back to sleep? And I was like, what? And I was like, dude, fuck you. So then I wrote back, because I felt like it was just like he's like, oh, I don't really want to answer you, but I have to. And fair enough. But yes, the night before you just texted me how my show was. So pick a side. Do you want to converse with me or not? I want to converse with you. You are walking on the line of, well, if I converse with her too much, then she thinks I really like her, but I want her to really like me because it feels my ego. Let's be real. I don't know. It's exhausting and it's annoying. So I know what you're thinking. Why is she putting this much energy in this guy? I'm sharing how I feel. Okay. It bothered me. Fine. He sends me that message. My response a short while later was, because he asked me, what time did you fall back asleep? I wrote, I don't know. Shouldn't have texted. And then he wrote, okay. That made me a little annoyed because I wanted to be like, dude, you should be like, I'm sorry, what's wrong? Or or maybe not. Maybe he knows what's wrong. Clearly he has to see that his response time sucks balls. Like it sucks big balls. Big hairy balls. His response time sucks. What was funny about Friday night was his response time didn't suck. And that is Shabbat, where if you're really a religious Jewish person, you don't use your phone. He doesn't call people, but he'll text. He doesn't go to temple, but he'll use religion as a barrier. Look, I'm going off right now about this whole situation because I will most likely stop after this episode talking about it because I'm really hurt. And it's not him intentionally hurting me. The situation has made me feel hurt and disappointed for months now, and I keep going back into it. And he is literally triggering me to see all sorts of anger about men who do this bullshit. I cannot be the only woman that has entered this man's life and he's created a fucking problem out of nothing. Nothing. I was willing to put on the line my background in my religious upbringing to get to know this person. What the fuck was he willing to do? Nothing. Nothing. Not even meet me for coffee. I'm sorry. It's fucking annoying and fucked up. You bought me a pair of Uggs for my birthday. If I could see you right now, I would throw the Ugg slippers at your fucking face because you don't know what you lost. And see how I go into this tangent and I act erratic and angry? It's because I'm hurting inside about the rejection and the love that doesn't exist in my life with a partner. I have lots of love in my life with my daughter and my family. I am 8 years single and I'm struggling with figuring out why I can't just let things go and why I can't find a partner that wants to be with me in a open, honest, loyal relationship and have lots of great sex. It's really hard for me to swallow, and I think this guy is just the cherry on top of everything, and that has triggered me to really like lay into him. I mean, I'm not like physically laying into him right now, but I'm obviously going off about it on my podcast because these text messages have thrown me over the edge a little bit. Like I want to see him, I want to talk to him, I want to connect again. And he was afraid that it would lead to kind of what I'm doing right now, which is going off on my podcast. But I have every right to do that. It's the First Amendment, right? It's the First Amendment, freedom of fucking speech. I'm also a really good person. I take care of those around me that I care about and love. And if someone were to be in my life, and I've said this before, and I was curbing a lot of what I was saying on these podcasts before because he was asking, he was telling me, don't talk about me on your podcast anymore. Oh, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about you. If anything, they're going to be like, wow, this bitch is nuts. And you know what? I'm okay with you calling me nuts. I'm working through myself. I'm working through myself through humor and finding the jokes here. And I know that this is a lot of irrational spiraling, but I know that there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying and how other women may feel with men that breadcrumb them or men that can't make up their mind. And I cannot express enough that I don't think that this has not happened. I think that this has happened before with this guy, whether it's with his, personal relationships, his work relationships. I think he is an indecisive person, although he claimed to be very decisive with me. I don't want to be with you. I don't think we should see each other in person. Great. I wish that the first day I met him at my show, I would have kicked him the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Actually, no, I don't wish that. I don't wish that at all, because if he hadn't come, I wouldn't have had enough people at the show. So there you go. No, I'm joking. I don't wish that. I actually was really happy when we first met. But literally, first connection, I was like, who are you? And he said the same back, but who knows if that was a lie or not. Stay tuned for what happens next. I probably shouldn't have gone this far off about it, but I give a lot when I like somebody, and then I throw a lot out when I feel frustrated. Period. End of story. Next up is shows the summer, which I'm working on booking, trying to find an investor for the series, which that is another component of my life where I'm getting frustrated. There's been a couple of people who have wanted to talk about the show and invest in the show, and then they dip in and out. And, it's working my last nerve. But this is what it is, right? You're supposed to just say, this is what it is. What are you going to do? Throw a table at them? Maybe. Then I had a booker, like I said, the booker in Texas that fucked me up just ignored me and ghosted me. It's so annoying. At least respond. Don't be a fucking jerk off. Get the boot from out of your ass and answer. If you want to watch my comedy special, I encourage you to go to Amazon Prime Video, Michelle Trina Divorce Diaries. I do lots of bits about my dating, my Italian upbringing. I don't know if this guy is going to listen to the podcast again anymore, but I know that if he has continued to listen this far along, I do hope. Look, I hope he understands, and I hope any man that comes into my life understands that when I do talk about, like, I listen to a lot of the reality TV stars podcasts. They talk about their life. I love that. I'm open to that because you connect to other people and you help people through that. Honestly, it's also therapy for me. It helps me calm all the other voices in my head that are making me feel depressed or feel insecure or feel imposter syndrome. It calms them down because I'm busying my mind with their podcasts and like silly reality TV stuff. That's what I try to do with my show too. I have a ton of divorce attorney friends, a ton, Jewish, Catholic, Muslim. They are so supportive of my work and what I'm doing that when I told them I do a bit about the dating guys, one of my friends, Denise Isaac, a colleague, she said to me, run. Because this guy, she just said run. And she is that top attorney in Florida. And she was like, anyone that's embarrassed by your stand-up or feels insecure about themselves with your stand-up, you need to run because they're not secure in themselves. And the whole private thing, I get it. If you're a private person, I get it. You don't want your shit out there. I can understand that. But if you're going to make, I guess it's a debatable topic and we can go on about this, but this person does not embrace me, and having a virtual friendship with him, as much as that would help me feel like maybe someday, why would I want this person in my life, even as a friend? They've made me so frustrated. I'm going to be honest with you. I would legit drop everything if he said, let's get coffee. I would drop everything. And that's pathetic. What is wrong with me? I have to get into a better mindset of saying no. I cannot drop things. I cannot answer you. I will not answer you. I'm great. Your loss. And feel that. The problem is I can say it. I just don't feel it. And I can't move on. We're going to see what happens next week. If I hear from this guy or not. I don't know. I'm going to pray to God that I never put my fingers on his name on my phone again. Unless he texts me and says, I'm an idiot. Let's get lunch. All right. Love you guys. Amazon Prime Video comedy specials. In Cuyahoga Falls, May 12th and 13th for Mother's Day weekend. Don't stop what you're doing in life if it fulfills you. Keep doing it. Love you. Keep living your happily ever divorced after. Stay tuned for more. I'm Michelle Trina, the creator of Divorce Diaries.